topic.
Yeah,
Again,
get Bobby G up here.
you
Get
could be
Bobby
a
G up here.
theist. Our judges are unbiased.
And that two of your judges.
Okay. Team, you affirm the proposition that personally pro-choice individuals have the mental capacity to consent to intercourse?
Personally pro-choice individuals
Yep.
have the mental capacity. When you say have, are you saying in general?
I'm saying that they actually possess it, that they reach the threshold in which rational beings agree that this individual is no longer a child or severely mentally disabled.
Say that one more time.
Here, I hold the position that people who are personally pro-life have the mental capacity of a child or a mentally disabled person to the point that they can't consent.
And how are you defining that?
Consent is going to be, you want just a short answer or the long answer?
Well, I want to know how you qualify acting like a child and mentally disabled person.
Yeah,
because adults, right?
Yeah, I hold that consent is going to require prudence between two or more moral agents that have moral and causal comprehension of the responsibilities that will follow with a pragmatic revocation clause. And remember, consent is revoked pragmatically, and all individuals. Sorry?
Pro-choice, you're talking about people who are pro-sentience?
I'm talking about individuals who are okay with the individual who they're having intercourse with having an abortion.
An abortion prior to sentience?
It could even be after. Yeah, prior to sentience, yeah.
Okay.
Like both parties are healthy. Yeah, like I hold that it is irrational for you to have intercourse with a woman who would have an abortion, besides for medical and grave exceptions.
Who would have an abortion?
Yeah, who would be willing to, like let's say that you find a woman and you're talking to her and you ask her, hey, if we have intercourse and we do the boom boom and you're healthy, the baby's healthy, are you going to agree to keep the baby? I hold that consenting to intercourse necessitates assent to parenthood.
So and you're saying they would be irrational even if they abort prior to sentience?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because you're consenting. Your consent requires the rational comprehension of your moral obligation after you put a moral patient into a state of dependency. Also, can we unmute Yaya? Oh, Yaya's back. Sweet.
Okay. Well, I think sentience is a requirement to have moral consideration.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't want to move too far away from the proposition, right? Because to focus on the sentience portion isn't going to be addressing the proposition.
Okay. I mean, we can try just for the sake of it.
Okay. I mean, if you want to, you can.
What's the proposition and who's the affirmative?
We're both.
I can say that I can affirm that pro-choice people who have sex with each other are rational people, rational agents that aren't necessarily childlike and or mentally ill.
Okay, sure. I'll just do my opener. My opening statement is this: a team will fail to draw a necessary symmetry breaker between someone who is personally pro-choice having intercourse in comparison to a child or someone who's severely mentally disabled. When he fails to do so, I win. That's my opening.
Yeah, I don't grant that opening statement. You would have to demonstrate why it's a necessary entailment, that there must be a symmetry breaker as to why
Just
somebody
hang on real quick. There's no timer in case I'm not trying to I don't even think that the debate is on yet. We don't have a timer, number one, and number two, case and left. That's why I interrupted you.
All right, give me a second. Coco. All right,
yeah, I'm here. Yep.
Yeah, no, we need Kason to get the three judges, but
Or is Hierophant in here?
okay, Hierophant, yeah.
He could maybe hop up if he wanted to.
We just gotta get it.
Haru also said he'll do
I'm
it.
gonna message Hierophant in the meantime.
Haru said, Haru, I also don't know your pronouns, so.
That's why you just use gender neutral pronouns.
You got like a rogue mod or something. Yaya was muted. Herbal was muted. Kason was sorry, Kason wasn't Kason left. My bad. I don't know.
Oh, well, like I'm not doing anything. I'm currently editing the last day of debates event to post it on YouTube. But mods, you know what the deal is. If we give you mod power, please act professionally with your mod status. If we find out that you're misusing your mod powers, we're going to take them away. We're trying to run something professional here. Please take it seriously, because me and AR are taking it seriously.
Not just take them away, ban them.
Yeah, we might never make you a mod again, or we might issue a punishment or something, because
Seb says that he was muted this morning and there was no mods at the time. That's strange.
Like, is it like a glitch or something?
There could be. Like, I didn't see her in the muted section.
Am I a mod? I just want to know if it's possible that I can be blamed for this.
No.
Nice.
I'm not, but I
collectively,
Haru is currently begging to judge, by the way.
collectively, do we want Haru to judge? Do you guys think he would be a good judge? What do we
Collectively, there's no possible way Hatim wins this proposition. It's unfair.
Come on, bro.
So I don't care. I don't care who judges.
Considering Haru and we talked about formal fallacies earlier, and for every fallacy I listed, Haru got it wrong.
Okay, we got the judge.
Oh, Jason's back. Okay.
Jason's
So
back.
can we just start the 10 minutes? It already started.
We got the judge. We got the judge. It's fine. Okay.
Can we just start the 10 minutes?
All right. So who has the okay? The affirmative is okay. So what's the proposition so that we can understand?
Well, he would be affirming the proposition that personally pro-choice individuals have the mental capacity to consent to intercourse or coitus in a manner that necessarily excludes children and severely mentally disabled people, and I affirm the opposite.
That was not what was agreed upon, bro.
The fuck? Yes, it was.
That was not what was agreed upon, bro.
That's my proposition.
In a way that necessarily excludes. We never agreed upon that.
Do you agree that the only people who can consent to intercourse are non-children and non-severely mentally disabled people?
No.
Do you think children can consent to intercourse?
I think those two things are very vague terms, right? Because in some states, 17-year-olds are children but can consent.
I'm not talking about minors. I'm talking about the mental capacity.
So that's what I'm saying. A child is a vaguely defined term.
Yeah, I'm holding that a child is an individual who does not meet the mental threshold. Right? I'm specifically classifying that all children lack the mental capacity to consent to intercourse.
Sure.
Okay. Same with severely mentally disabled people. So, for example, just because an individual says, yes, this sounds fun, or just because society says you meet a certain age threshold does not mean you have the mental capacity to consent. So for you, and I hold that the threshold necessitates being personally pro-life. If I'm wrong, then what you have to do is present me with an alternative. Because if not, and you're not a virgin, you've been having intercourse without a threshold.
Is the debate going on?
No, I don't even think they started the time.
No. We're waiting for everybody to agree, and then
We agree. Move on. Let's go.
okay, great. So Shark is gonna go first, or Hatim, doesn't matter.
The shark.
Okay.
Okay, great. So Shark, we'll start whenever you say your first word.
Oh, okay. A team will fail to create a standard of mental capacity for intercourse, for excluding children and severely mentally disabled people for who can consent to intercourse. And that will happen for the remainder of the 10 minutes.
Okay, cool. So the proposition that Shark wants to defend is pro-choicers don't have the mental capacity to consent to SMECs. And he defined children and severely mentally ill people as people or persons without the ability to give consent. And so what Shark needs to do in order for you to win as the affirmative is produce an argument with the conclusion that pro-choicers don't have the mental capacity to consent. And pro-choicers as a class, that means it's going to be impossible for any pro-choicer to have the mental capacity. Now, absent this argument that a pro-choicer will have the mental capacity to consent, won't have the mental capacity to consent by virtue of them being pro-choice, right? And just an FYI, a pro-choicer, it means that they allow that it's not including post-sentience. So he would have to produce that argument, and absent that argument, then he hasn't defended his claim, which means it defaults to the opposition, because the opposition doesn't have to affirm anything or prove anything other than the affirmative hasn't sufficiently defended their claim.
If consent to coitus requires a rational comprehension of moral and causal obligations, then the evidence is or concludes that all personally pro-choice people do not meet that threshold. That's the argument.
What's the evidence?
The evidence is that
I think I'm rational, right? And I'm a pro-choicer.
Yeah, you would have to prove it.
You'd have to demonstrate how I'm irrational. So go ahead and do so.
You would be irrational because you fail to have a standard and a threshold for who can engage in intercourse in a way that voids children and severely mentally disabled people. So, for example,
you're the one making
So when I'm analyzing, can this individual have intercourse with me? Right. One of the questions is does this individual have the mental threshold to understand what it means to get pregnant? That a life begins scientifically from the moment of conception. That if we put a moral patient into a state of dependency, that we are causally responsible for this being, right? Because we did so with alleged information. Consent is necessary. Intercourse is necessarily informed, right?
Does anyone outside of a pro-choicer have the ability to consent?
What?
Do non-pro-choicers have abilities to consent?
Some, not all.
Okay, and so who is of that class, and what are the sufficient and necessary requirements to have that ability?
I'm telling you what the necessary requirement is, okay? The necessary requirement for the proposition is they have to be against abortions for themselves and whoever they're having intercourse with, because they have to demonstrate and provide evidence to the partner that they are developed enough to understand the causal responsibilities. I've said this 3 times.
I'm a bit confused what you're saying.
Okay.
Can you go a bit slower?
Do you want to use me as an example or you? I don't care.
I don't care about an example. I just want the repetition of what you're saying and just slower.
Both parties have to assent to parenthood. If they don't assent to parenthood actualizing, they fail to provide sufficient evidence.
What's the argument that they must assent to parenthood?
Because that is the necessary threshold which excludes children and mentally disabled people.
Yeah, what's the argument that people have to accept that?
There's no other counter. If I'm wrong, then yep. Remember at the beginning, I told you that I'm presenting you an epistemology, right? An epistemic system to be able to determine, does X individual, we can even do it like this, okay? I'm saying person X has not provided sufficient evidence that they have the mental capacity to consent to intercourse using this specific metric, using this calculation and formal comprehension scale. And then when I ask Hatim, hey Hatim, what's your epistemic system to ensure that whoever you're having intercourse with has provided you sufficient evidence?
What's the argument that we need an epistemic system? Because right now we use Right now we're using a pragmatic system of having an
because if you don't
older, so
okay, but I want to say this respectfully because I like you. Just know I could be rhetorical as fuck right now. Because if you can't present an epistemic system, then you are risking admitting that there's a possibility that the individuals, if you have had intercourse, fail to meet this threshold.
That's fine, but your burden is to present an argument that it's impossible for a pro-choicer to consent. Well, you have not met that burden.
Real quick, did you say it's fine?
It's fine even if I don't have access for epistemology.
Have you had intercourse?
Fine if I don't have access to a concrete way for me to evaluate whether or not somebody.
Have you had intercourse?
Brother, it's fine. First of all, you asked the question, it's fine. And so I'm explaining what it's fine means for your sake as well. So what I'm saying is fine is that it's fine if I don't have the access to have epistemic access on the method or methodology that determines whether or not somebody has consent. But the argument that you wanted to you chose is that it will be impossible for somebody that's a pro-lifer to have the capacity to consent. So you have not.
Yes, because you lack. Yes, the argument is if that's not your system, you lack that. You lack a system, and if you lack a system, right, then there's a chance you're actually having intercourse with children.
That's not true. That doesn't follow, right? It's not just because you don't have a system that you've listed, therefore you wouldn't have a system. And just because I can't list a system doesn't mean that there aren't other systems that people do go by. I just don't currently have access to any of one of those potential systems. You're the one saying that if your system isn't used, then they wouldn't have a system, but that doesn't logically.
Yes, because
that would be
the
a
system.
That would be a non sequitur.
Yes, the system that I'm presenting to you is the only system that we can talk about right now, okay, in which individuals can use pragmatically and realistically to ensure that there's a mental threshold before intercourse.
Even if all you're saying is that it's the only one we can talk about right now because it's the only one offered, right? But then you make a stronger claim by saying that it's the only one anyone can use in order for them to be rational, and that's not a claim you've justified yet.
The justification is that the personally pro-life standard, not including the social government involvement, by the way, is the system that I'm saying we can use. Let's just do this. Do you agree in my system we have a metric to measure mental development?
Sure.
Okay. Within this system, do you agree that measuring mental development is necessary before having intercourse with this person?
You can do so vaguely, but it's not like it's not necessary that it has to be precise.
Do you agree that my system is more precise?
That's fine.
Do you agree that my system is not just more precise?
I don't agree with it, but I can grant it.
No. Not only is it more precise, it's precise. I am specifically calculating, does this individual understand the long-term implications?
The way you're using precise, I understand what you mean. So yeah, it's precise in the way that you're saying. Yeah, I get it.
Okay, so if my standard is precise, then it's specific. And if it's specific, people should be looking for specific necessary markers before intercourse.
Sure, it's specific. It could be specific, but it doesn't mean that it's the only one that suffices as something just as specific, right? Because the argument you're making is you have the best way to determine.
Yes, absent a defeater in a pragmatic world, I have the best.
That's just a non sequitur, right? No. That's just a non sequitur. Just because there isn't somebody else to give you a plausible alternative, right? It doesn't mean that you've come up with the best possible one, because there could be somebody else with the alternative.
Right now in this conversation, is it the best possible one?
Yeah, but that's not even the affirmative thing you're supposed to be defending, so it doesn't matter.
GG.
All right, judges.
By the way, by a team, if you win this, do we split it? You know what I mean?
Judges, Cage, Jim.
Yeah, Kaysen said he was gonna judge for all three of us.
Left. Kaysen just left alive.
Even here.
What? We all agreed that Kaysen would. All right. Well.
What the hell?
All right. Well,
Well, I
looks
guess
like
I'm
Jim.
Kaysen now.
No, Jim said he would take it up if in case something happened.
It's fine.
Hatim, I definitely demonstrated the proposition.
We have you two. If we need a third one in order to like break a tie between you two, then we'll do that. Right now, you guys can judge. Go ahead.
Man, I'm gonna give the debate to Shark.
Cage, by the way, it's the 15th, man. Where's my video?
Yeah, Cage.
So have all the
You
judges.
want to say that now when I'm about to levy judgment? Never mind. um,
You can
okay,
always do
well,
it for heart.
fuck off, Haru, I swear to God.
Yo, what's up with Hatim? What's up with this dude not making polls when I
I'm
talk to
literally
him?
making a poll right now.
I'm telling you, he's racist, dog. I'm telling you, it's a microaggression.
I take the proposition to be something like pro-choicers don't and cannot have the mental capacity to consent to intercourse or coitus, as Chuck put it.
Poll is up.
I take it that the sort of motivations during the arguments were given for something that doesn't uniquely support pro-choicers. A pro-lifer could have a semantic reduction of adult, that which quantifies over, or that which doesn't quantify over disabled or fuck the proper term, R-worded people. And because
Really
of
disabled individuals is a better
No,
term.
he meant
that,
our people. He meant that.
and because that semantic is applicable or possible for both positions to hold, I'm giving it to. I almost said Haru. I'm giving it to Brown Man. I forget what's his team. Sorry, I'm not looking at my phone.
I guess I can be the tiebreaker.
Haru was in the comments the entire time, ragging on Shark. If you think you can be unbiased after lying to me,
No, we're not. We're not gonna. No, we're not gonna use. No, we're not. No. You guys had a procedure, and Hatim was the king of the hill. Therefore, Hatim wins.
The fuck are you talking about? We don't have 3 judges.
You don't. Okay,
Yeah.
look. Even if we had a third judge, right, it would still be 2 for the draw. Oh no.
The fuck are you talking about?
Right. We need
No,
a
it was one Shark, one Hatim.
Wait. So it was one Shark, one Hatim.
yeah.
We need to.
Let the audience.
We need. No, we need. No, we need another judge.
I can do it.
The audience could be the tiebreaker, but never mind. No, forget
Listen,
that.
listen, Hatim, do you care if Haru votes? I don't care.
Yeah, no, of course.
You do care or you don't care? I can't fucking hear you over this sighing.
My fault. No. I'm trying to figure out something right now. Give me a second.
Is there anyone in the audience? Say if you would be a good judge.
Mitch.
I am a good judge.
Mitch.
Okay, Mitch. What do you think? Comment below. What do you think, Mitch?
Haru was in the comments like screaming, "That doesn't follow." He already said this. This is over here. Like,
Haru is clearly biased towards sharks.
He literally said, just looking over the chats.
As much as I hate it,
Flenser, let's go. It's not quick though. It's not quick. You're gonna be up here.
as much as I
need you for an
hate
hour
to
and a
do
half,
this,
Flenser.
Shark.
Flenser would be a great judge, but we need him for an hour and a half.
I don't even think that he was here. Like, listen, the only person who was here the entire time is Haru and Coco.
Hour and a half, Flenser.
Wait,
Yeah, I've been.
we need someone who watched the debate that just happened between Hatim and Shark to
Oh, Sinless, please come up.
I was here for the whole entire thing, Coco.
Y'all are cooking.
Well, he's biased, obviously, to Shark. You know that.
Okay, Sinleth, you can come up and be the third judge.
Hatim, how
No,
about
he's
this?
legit been saying that Shark would always win. Shark destroyed. He's legit been
Who
praising
said that?
Shark for so
Who?
many
I will
times.
literally let anybody vote. I don't care. Like Coco. How about this? Hey, Hatim.
We already have Sinleth up here. Sharp.
Hatim. Wallahi, let
Third
Coco
judge.
vote.
The
Wait, I
third
mean, like
judge.
I was editing, so like I wasn't really paying attention.
Sinleth is here. Sinleth, did you watch the whole debate?
Yeah, I did.
And you promised to be unbiased on this in judging this debate?
I like both these guys, but I do think there was a winner.
Okay, great.
I believe it was a team.
Can you please announce the winner? Can you please announce the winner of this round?
Yeah, I think that Shark presented his argument and he grounded it with like causal obligation, things like that. I don't think that Hatim attacked anything substantively in Shark's argument. I think Shark's argument went through.
Okay,
No,
so you think Shark won?
Yeah.
that's my money.
Okay. Shark takes
I
it.
think a team won.
Oh, listen, just so we're clear,
don't
Hatim,
think
I was
he did.
willing to let Haru vote.
I don't think that makes sense what Sinla said, by the way.
Huh?
I literally did substantively dispute everything he said.
Yeah,
so I
that's
don't-
exactly why I was going to vote for you,
I
but
also don't grant that.
the panel decided not to let me vote. So Hatim, it's your fault.
All right, whatever.
I dead ass
Shark
was
takes
gonna
it.
let.
That's 4.
I mean, I
It's
Alright,
not
actually,
four.
no,
No, it's
one.
not four. It's one in a row. This is he didn't.
You're right.
He's on the hill again. So
Yay! I've destroyed it.
hold on, bro.
Wait, can I drop a team?
Hold on, bro.
All right, Tim.
We gotta get Kaysen back, my OG judge.
Got me.
No, I'll vote. I can be
Or-
non-biased though.
Because I didn't agree to Sinla judging.
Oh, do you want to? I mean, like, is it too late now, or like, what do you think?
I mean, that's it. Like it's like we needed a judge.
Text saying he was gonna go get Kaysen texted me his phone died, and
I knew it.
I told him that we already found a judge, and he said he's gonna go get some coochie, and I'm not joking. I'm being dead ass.
Wait, hang on. Say
Y'all
Wallahi.
can.
Say Wallahi. He said coochie. So,
Oh, he didn't say
What?
coochie. He
Oh
used
my
a more
God.
white man's word.
all right.
Whatever.
All right.